Hello students, welcome to the channel and you are watching the Ultimate English Teacher and Lecturer. Students, in this video, I will give the explanation of the story Glimpses of India, a baker from Goa. Class 10 CBSE. Watch the video carefully. A baker from Goa explanation. Our elders are often heard reminds saying nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days. The Portuguese and their famous lovers of bread. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. Those age-old, time-tested furnaces still exist. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. The third and jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo heralding his arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers are even today known as padder in Goa. The story takes us back to the time when Portuguese ruled Goa. They were immensely famous for their breads. The narrator often finds his elders thinking about those good old days and telling them that the famous breads date back to the time when Portuguese ruled over Goa. They ponder over the past and tell them that though the Portuguese have left Goa, but the bakers of bread still exist. If not the original ones, their legacy is being continued by their sons. The bakers are still being referred to as padders. Everything about baking is still the same, ranging from those who mold the bread loaves to the furnaces which have survived the ravages of time. The sound of their arrival and the thud of their bamboo stick can still be heard just like the olden times. During our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion and guide. He used to come at least twice a day, once when he set out in the morning on his sailing round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep and we ran to meet the greet him. Why was it so? Was it for the love of the loaf? Not at all. The loaves were brought by some Puskin or Bastide, the maidservant of the house. What we longed for were those bread bangles which we chose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special make. The narrator recalls that the baker acted as their friend and companion during the childhood days in Goa. The baker used to visit twice a day, once while he was on the round to sell his loaves and the other time while returning back with his empty basket having sold all the loaves. It was the sound of his bamboo stick that woke the children up. The children were so excited to meet him and chose from the bread bangles or concone he made especially for them. While the bangles were for children, loaves were for the adults that were generally collected by the maidservant of the household. The bakers made his musical entry on the scene with the jhang jhang sound of his specially made bamboo stove. One hand supported the basket on his head and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket somehow. I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. Loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaves for the toothbrush, and why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely, after all. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl, just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bolinas are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. Students, don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you can get all the videos at first. Thank you for watching.